High above the vast, silent expanse of the tundra, a strange and beautiful pattern emerges. From this vantage point, the Earth reveals a secret geometry. Countless lakes, scattered across the landscape, are not jagged or irregular as one might expect. Instead, they are almost perfect circles. They glitter like dark, polished coins, set against the muted greens and browns of the hardy vegetation. This remarkable uniformity feels deliberate, almost designed. It poses a quiet but profound question that hangs in the cold, clear air. Why here in this remote wilderness does nature display such an insistence on the shape of a perfect ring? The mystery beckons us closer. The plain banks, and as we descend, the scale of this phenomenon becomes even more apparent. Some circles are immense, their shores stretching for kilometers. Others are small and clustered together, like a scattering of droplets on a vast canvas. They seem to look up at the sky, a multitude of dark, unblinking eyes in the ancient face of the land. The stillness of the scene is deceptive. One of the most dramatic origins for a perfectly circular lake is an event of unimaginable violence from beyond our world. Long ago, perhaps millions of years in the past, a meteorite traveling at incredible speed pierced the Earth's atmosphere. It struck this remote land with the force of many atomic bombs, vaporizing rock and soil in an instant. The colossal shock wave blasted out a deep, symmetrical, bowl-shaped crater into the ground. The rim of this crater would have been sharply defined, a raised collar of ejected earth and shattered rock, forming a near-perfect circle around the point of impact, a scar left by a visitor from the cosmos. Over the immense spans of geological time that followed, the raw wound of the impact crater began to heal. The sharp edges of the rim were softened by millennia of wind and rain. The deep bowl, a testament to that violent birth, slowly started to collect water. Rain fell, snow from the long winters melted, and streams finding the lowest point in the landscape trickled in. Gradually, year by year, century by century, the crater filled. What was once a dry, barren scar transformed into a deep, cold, and exquisitely round lake. These impact crater lakes are among the oldest and most profound features on our planet's surface. For scientists, these lakes are more than just beautiful features. They are time capsules. By drilling into the sediments at the bottom of such a lake, they can extract a continuous record of the Earth's history, stretching back to the time of the impact and beyond. Each layer of mud contains pollen, ash, and microscopic fossils that tell of ancient climates, long-vanished forests, and the changing world. The lake's perfect circularity is the clue that points them to this treasure. It is a shape that speaks of a sudden, catastrophic event, a brief moment of cosmic violence whose legacy provides a long, quiet record of our planet's life. Finding and confirming an impact crater is meticulous work. Geologists search for more than just a circular shape. They look for the telltale signs of an immense shock wave, such as rocks that have been melted and instantly reformed into glass, or quartz crystals with a unique fractured pattern that can only be created by extreme pressure. When they find this evidence around the shore of a perfectly round lake, they can be certain. They have found a place where our world collided with another, a place where the sky literally fell to earth, leaving behind a serene and circular memorial that holds the memory of fire. Not all of these circles come from the sky. Some are born from powerful forces stirring deep within the frozen ground itself. The Arctic tundra contains vast quantities of organic matter, the remains of plants, the remains of animals locked in permafrost for thousands of years. As this material slowly decomposes without oxygen, it produces immense volumes of methane gas. For millennia, the gas stays trapped beneath the cold. A pocket of immense potential energy waits under a thick lid of frozen earth, a hidden breath held by the planet. As regional climates shift and the world warms, the permafrost begins to thaw from the surface downward. Thawing can be slow, but sometimes surprisingly rapid. The frozen seal weakens and trapped methane pressure can reach a critical point. Suddenly, with explosive force, the gas erupts. It blasts a huge column of soil ice rock into the air, creating a deep cylindrical hole. The event is over in seconds, a violent exhalation leaving a raw, gaping crater with steep, unstable sides and a floor littered with debris. Immediately, the crater starts to change. Steep frozen walls slump and thaw. Water from melting ground ice and rains pools at the bottom. Over just a few years, a jagged hole becomes a small circular lake. Scientists call these gas emission craters a startling new discovery. They are a visceral sign of a warming Arctic and abrupt landscape upheaval. Researchers travel to these remote sites to study the events. They are the planet's detectives, gathering clues. They measure crater depth, analyze lake chemistry, and monitor permafrost gas levels. Their work matters. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas. Each circular lake is a vent releasing ancient carbon into the modern atmosphere, a feedback loop with profound climate implications. This is the breath of the earth, spoken in sudden, startling circles. The story of the tundra's circles is inextricably linked to the story of ice. During past ice ages, colossal glaciers, rivers of ice thousands of meters thick, flowed across these lands. Their immense weight and slow grinding movement reshaped entire continents. A rotating lobe at the base of a glacier could act like a giant millstone, grinding out a wide, shallow, remarkably circular basin in the bedrock beneath. When the climate warmed and the ice sheets retreated, these basins filled with meltwater. But ice works its magic on a much smaller scale as well. The very ground of the tundra is a matrix of soil and ice. In regions of permafrost, patterned ground occurs. During intense winter cold, the ground contracts and cracks in a polygonal pattern, similar to the way mud cracks as it dries. In spring, meltwater seeps into these cracks and freezes, forming ice wedges. Over centuries, ice wedges grow, pushing soil up into raised ridges, polygon boundaries. The centers become shallow, bowl-like depressions. As these polygons mature and the climate warms, centers accumulate more water. Small pools absorb more of the sun's heat than surrounding vegetated ground. This accelerates thawing of permafrost beneath them, a positive feedback loop. As the ground thaws, the depression deepens, holding more water and causing more thawing. This process, thermokarst, turns shallow polygonal depressions into small round ponds. From the air, the landscape looks peppered with countless circular water bodies. The final shaping of many lakes is perfected by water itself. Wind blowing across a lake creates waves. These waves erode the shoreline. Points, headlands. Eroded sediment is transported by currents and deposited in quieter bays and coves. Over very long periods, erosion and deposition smooth irregularities, pushing shorelines toward a circle. Each of these circular lakes, whether born of cosmic fire, terrestrial breath, the patient work of ice, is a vital part of a larger narrative. They are not merely passive features in a static landscape, they are active indicators of the Earth's past, present, and future. The ancient impact craters remind us that our planet is part of a dynamic and sometimes violent solar system. Their sediment-filled basins hold the archives of deep time, allowing us to read the history of climates that existed long before our own. They connect us to a past so distant it is almost beyond our imagination, yet its legacy is marked plainly on the land. The more recent lakes, those formed by methane explosions and thawing permafrost, tell a more urgent story. They are a visible manifestation of planetary change happening right now in our own lifetime. These thermokarst lakes and gas emission craters are multiplying across the Arctic as global temperatures rise. They are a clear signal that this vast, frozen region is awakening. For the scientists who study them and for all of us, they serve as a crucial barometer of the planet's health. Watching them form and grow is like watching the Earth breathe and noting that its breath is quickening in response to a rising fever. The work to understand these formations is a deeply human endeavor. It requires resilience and patience as scientists endure harsh conditions to gather their data. They fly drones to map the changing landscape drill cores from the lake beds, to analyze their history, and deploy sensors to listen for the faint rumbles of gas moving beneath the surface. Their efforts connect the grand, sweeping view from above with the intricate details on the ground. Through their work, the abstract concept of climate change becomes something tangible. A newly formed crater, a rapidly expanding shoreline, a bubble of ancient gas breaking the surface of a quiet lake. And so, we are left with this image of perfect circles on a remote and changing frontier. They are beautiful, mysterious, and deeply meaningful. They are the Earth's way of recording its own story, writing in a language of water and ice stone and fire. They remind us that even the most seemingly empty and silent places are full of powerful stories, and that the ground beneath our feet is always moving, always changing, always remembering. To look down upon these circular lakes is to see the memory of the planet itself, whispering its secrets to the sky.